Hey Converse, would you like to get into podcasting? Maybe you're even trying to sell your own books. Check out my new nonfiction book, Novel Idea to Podcast, How to Sell More Books Through Podcasting, available wherever you get your books and audiobooks. Now, let's get on to the episode.
It didn't take me long to find him. My father. He was exactly where I figured he'd be. All alone in the bottom of a bottle, still licking his long-healed wounds as if they were fresh. As if he was the wronged one. As if he was the victim. Seems using the booze as a crutch is a common trait in the family. Well, that and the love of hurting people. To be honest, I probably did him a favour. Thinking back, I should have left him to his slow, painful demise at the hands of a bottle. But then, I wouldn't have found the closure I needed. And I definitely wouldn't be where I am today. Not sure if it was the booze or guilt, probably both. But he pretty much put his own head in that noose. By the time he realised what was happening, it was too late. I'd already kicked the chair out from under him. I was a little shocked at how calm I was as I watched him struggle. His body thrashed about and then finally went limp. I must admit, at the time I felt sorry for him, if only for a minute. Here was a man that had thrown his life away years ago when he decided he would be a shitty parent and an arsehole to those closest to him, to those who put their trust in him. Fuck him. He got what he deserved. It took me longer to pluck up the courage to face him, always finding an excuse to put it off, telling myself it's the wrong thing to do. I'll be just as bad as him, or two wrongs don't make a right. I'll be the better man. But the urge would never leave, and none of these bullshit excuses helped. They were always there, eating away at the back of my mind. One minute, I'd be enjoying a run, or dinner, or a beer down a pub. The next, I'd be cloaked in a red mist, hell-bent on ripping apart the next person who came across my path. Originally, the idea was I would just smash him in the face, offload all that pent-up aggression and teach him a lesson of a lifetime. The same lesson he'd been teaching me for years. Maybe if I'd just gone and done it, right there and then, that would have been the end of it. But with each passing day, week, month, my anger had slowly brewed into something stronger, something more volatile. It had become a hatred beyond anything I could have imagined. 3 years worth of blaming him for the death of my mother. A simple punch in the face wasn't going to cover it, not by a long shot. Nothing short of his death would quench the fire that burned within me. I even tried to forgive him. Anything to end the hatred that consumed me. But in the end, there was only ever going to be one answer. The peace I found after his death was beautiful, while it lasted. My head was as clear and as crisp as the air on a frosty December morning. I truly felt alive, like my whole life had been playing catch-up with the rest of the world, but now we were on the same page, at the same time, in perfect harmony. The dawn chorus played my tune as I walked the streets in the small house. A tune long forgotten, now remembered in that perfect moment. The song that created the universe, that sustains it, that is interwoven into its very fabric. A gentle breeze guided me around the town, past the old family home where I grew up, past my grandparents, the only place I was ever truly happy, and finally, home. The sun broke the horizon and gave me a subtle wink as I turned the handle to my flat and entered. My bed felt softer than ever before. The bottle of single malt on the nightstand, raising a glass, tipping its hat to me for a job well done. This is what fate must feel like. I was effortlessly gliding from note to note on the song of the universe as Bog was playing them. I'd never slept that well before. The banging on my door a few hours later sent me plummeting to the ground. Terminal velocity into cold, hard reality. I wasn't prepared for that. In that instant, I was quite happy to hold out my hands to the handcuffs of the first cop who happened by. It was obvious to me that the first place the police would go would be to friends and relatives. Years of lying on a sofa watching hour after hour of CSI and a drug and booze-induced funk had taught me that much. And who said there was nothing productive about watching the telly? Imagine my surprise to find the guy from next door all up in my face, shouting his mouth off about how I kept him up again all night, blaming my drunken stupor. Within a few minutes, my willingness to hand myself in had disappeared, as had the roof over my head. It turned out my neighbour had laid it on thick with the manager, and I was out on my ear, looking for a new place to lay my hat.
November is behind us. The cold, dead months of winter lie ahead. And I want to thank all of you for downloading and trying out the second season of Diary of a Madman. It's a great story with a very important message that will come to light in 2019 as we wrap this season up. We have plenty of episodes to go, so make sure that you're hanging out. Also, if you are enjoying this, head over to patreon.com/Paul Sading and become a patron. All levels count. The rewards and the patron levels have been adjusted for the long term. I want to do a third season of this. I want to do a third season of Subject Found. I want to do the follow-on to Who Killed Julie. And I want to be able to continue to bring other exclusive audio dramas to my patrons. But I can't do that without your help. 5 podcasts for the price of 1 patronage. It's definitely the deal of the century. The second season of Diary of a Madman was written by none other than Dohai, who you can find on Twitter at Dohai666. The Madman is the illustrious Kareem Cronfley. You can find him on Twitter also at BullshotUK. And the music, the stuff that creeps you out throughout these episodes, these intros and these outros, is done by the one and only Raul Vega of Rose Drive Podcast. It's an audio drama. It's dark. Make sure that you go check that out as well. If you are enjoying this season and you don't know this, I've got a couple books out if you're interested in also reading. Chasing the Demon is my debut novel, an adaptation from the first season of Subject Found audio drama. Just out this past week is my new horror anthology, 12 Deaths of Christmas. If you're old like me and you remember Clive Barker's Books of Blood, I'm no Clive Barker, but that is what inspired the 12 Deaths of Christmas anthology. It's a wicked, fun ride, lots of fresh horror in there, and very edgy, much edgier than you've ever heard from me on an audio drama. So check that out. Also, if you're interested in possibly starting your own podcast, I have a nonfiction book out this month. This past month it came out. It's called Novel Idea to Podcast, How to Sell More Books Through Podcasting. You can go over to Amazon and just go search for Paul Sading in their search bar and you will find all my stuff out there. Supporting me with buying books helps me invest in audio dramas. Thank you for your download and your listen. Stay twisted.